So please turn that down. All right, we're live. What's going on, y'all? Welcome to the all new DTI Takeover Show. For everybody who's tuning in, I am your host, Miss Kayla G. Sweets, and Silas the Third are not here today. Well, Silas the Third may pop up, but welcome. So, as always, we have another show for you today. I'm gonna go ahead and keep it moving. We have Miss Rosa Green with us today, owner of 48 Hour LLC. How are you, Miss Rosa?
I am fabulous. How are you, Kayla?
I'm good. Trying to stay warm.
Absolutely. I am in Cleveland, and it took me maybe an hour to open the door to go 2 streets away to my kids' school. So that's what kind of day we're having. So yes, I'm looking forward to some warm weather.
Got you. Okay, so let's talk about you for a second. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, I am a mom of 7. I am a wife of 1. I am super energetic, love life, love who I am becoming. I feel that I am my own personal mental health advocate, making sure that I am mentally well to be able to provide services to my clients, to be a good mom, to be a good wife. In every situation I am presented, I bring creativity, strategy, and efficiency. So that's the easiest way to explain me.
So what do you do for your mental health to keep you to be able to do all of these different things?
Oh my goodness. I definitely, this is going to sound kind of old fashioned to some people. I pray. I actually pray. And I say old fashioned because as crazy as it sounds, I'll talk to some people and they'll talk about going to therapy, which I do. And they'll talk about, meditating and yoga, but they don't ever necessarily start with just praying. Or even just journaling. Like, even that is a form of a prayer depending on how you started and who it's addressed to. But I'm old fashioned. That's what I lean on first. So, making sure that, hey, the communication is going both ways, that I'm speaking to God, but that I'm actually pausing enough to speak to him because he's in here. He's the one who can see the inner workings of my mind. So in my head, he's one of the authors of mental health. Why? Because he's in here. You can't have good mental health without acknowledging the person who's operating all of that. So, yes, I just try to make sure I keep a open prayer life, that I am journaling, that I'm definitely seeing my therapist at 9:00 every Monday morning.
Okay.
That is my morning coffee, baby, all day long. I will not ever put myself in a position where I don't get up. Good morning. Hello, therapist. How are you? So this is what I did well this week. This is some setbacks I had. Here's the coping skills that I use. Please give me additional ones. Let's work through it. And I look forward to seeing you next Monday to let you know how it worked out. So
that's a good way to definitely start your week. That's right for the rest of the week.
Yes. So I typically use a lot of my Monday for my self-care. So a lot of people, they'll plug in their self-care on the weekends, or, you hear a lot of Sunday self-care. No, I really like to start the week off because that's when I'm really going to be stressed. That's when all of that rest and relaxation is put to the test. It's put to the test on Monday.
It sure is.
So on Monday, that's the day where I'm like, okay, let's go ahead and see my therapist. Hello, personal trainer. Let's talk to you about what I did and didn't do. Hey, everyone else who needs to connect with me. That's my appointment and my checklist where I'm checking all of the different areas. That's where I'm preparing and looking at my meals and looking at what I'm going to put in my body so that I can operate at my highest capacity all week long. So mental, social, emotional, financial, that's where I'm looking at what needs to be paid, what money needs to be made, all of those things. That's how I like my Monday to be set up. And then everything else will go smooth.
It'll go into play. I feel you. So 48 Hour LLC, one of many of your businesses, but let's start there. Tell us about 48 Hour LLC.
It is the simplest business in the world. In 48 hours, you will have an LLC. Real simple. And the reason why I did it is because, you have so many people who have ideas. They have all these great ideas like, oh, I wish I need this. I want that. I want to do this. I can do that. I can create this. I can make this music, whatever it is. But a lot of people don't know the paperwork behind it. They just know the passion. And there's nothing wrong with that. But, in order for you to get certain contracts, certain opportunities, you have to have the paperwork to back you. So I am the person who's going to do the grunt work, who's going to put it all together in a pretty package, why it allows you to go ahead and continue to focus on your passions and your dreams and your visions. So in 48 hours, I start off with a discovery session where I talk to my clients and I literally, for 30 minutes, tell me everything about what it is that you want to do. Tell me everything. And you don't have to fear me taking it. Why? Because my gifts won't work with your gifts. So I'm not going to take your stuff. I don't want your stuff. I only want my stuff. But, I have a discovery session. I literally even kind of give them a preview of what working with me looks like. So, say it's someone like you, like, I want to start a podcast and a radio station. This is why I wanted to do that. I'm going to give them tips and pointers right then and there. Like, hey, this is some things that I would love to see you do, or have you considered this? So as we're going into that, I find out, so what are the things you've already done? What are the things that are left to do? And then I create a package to be able to put together so that I can make it a full-fledged LLC. Some people already have an EIN, but they didn't file with their state. Some people don't have any of that. Some people have a logo, an idea, but again, none of the paperwork. So in 48 hours after committing to work with me, I go ahead and make sure that you have everything you need to have this business, to be able to open a business bank account, to start separating your funds if you haven't already, within 48 hours.
Now, so do you make business plans as well?
I don't necessarily make business plans. And the reason being is because a lot of people, they don't really know what they want to do with their vision yet. They're not quite there. They just know, hey, I want. Now, can I do a vision plan? Yes. Is it a service that I necessarily provide? No, I just give more direction. Like, hey, here is a company that provides that specializes in that. Here go a nonprofit organization that specializes in that. Here's even a template for you to be able to utilize. But is that something that I offer as one of my services? No, just because that's not my expertise.
Gotcha.
I have a background in finance.
Okay.
I have a background in sales and customer service.
Okay.
So a lot of how I approach 48-hour LLC is going to touch on those points. So how to be able to sell yourself, how to be able to sell the product, how to be able to service your customers well so that they'll continue. How do you deepen your relationship with the new product or services that you are providing? How do you make sure that you know your dollars and your cents, how to make it, how each product breaks down financially and how you can build up to the income that you want. So a lot of what I do is helping you to be able to get into the meat and the potatoes. Business plans, there's some companies out here, big companies, that's never had a business plan. So, I try not to stick on those things that are optional. Right. It's not optional to have good finances. It's not optional to have great customer service. It's not optional to have a quality product. So I try to focus on those things that will never ever change.
So in 48 hours, you're sending off paperwork and that's it? Or like, am I getting notified? Okay, you are a registered LLC. How does that work?
Yep. So everything, I'm filling it out. So on my end in the state of Ohio, it asks, are you a registered agent? Yes. But all of the information is still your email address. So you're getting these notifications real time when I'm submitting this stuff, seeing that it is done. So when I go to the IRS website and I file for your EIN, I'm putting in your information. I'm putting in your email address. They're going to email it over to you. When you are getting your state filings, things like that, same thing. All of that information is going directly to you. As far as, so in my in my basic package. So the 48-hour business launch, it includes your EIN number. It includes your state filing. It includes a basic logo. Some people's like, hey, I don't know what I want my logo to look. I'm not saying that I'm a graphic designer, because I'm not. But some people will allow not having a logo to hold them back for years for why they didn't do it. So look, let me at least put together something that you agree on represents what you're trying to do at this moment. We can revisit that later.
Yep.
But at least let me give you something so that if somebody says, hey, I want to work with you, where's your logo? You got something to submit. Gotcha. Staying with your website. I am a lover of Shopify, and that's for products and services. I know it very well. I know the apps. So I will put together a basic website for you. I may not upload all of your products on there, but I'm at least going to put your main 1, 2, maybe even 3 products, just depending on what you have on there. And after I finish doing all of that, I'm going to set up a quick follow-up call, and I'm literally going to walk you through everything. Like, hey, this is your website. Here's your password. Here's your information. Feel free. This is how you change it. Okay, this is how you change it. This is what I did to add it. This is what, because again, I'm not maintaining this stuff. I'm truly just creating a package for you so that if someone said, hey, I got $10,000 for you right now, I just need your tax ID, your bank account information, send me your logo. Do you have a website? You can have an answer to all of those things. Okay, that's one main portion of 48-hour LLC. Now, when I first started 48-hour LLC, even though I have years of business experience, 48-hour LLC is maybe 60 days old at this point. Okay.
Oh, okay.
And that's because I knew what to do, because I've been a business owner for almost 20 years. I knew what to do to front load the launch of my business. I knew to start getting the buzz out there. So even though I have a lot of viewers and a lot of exposure, I'm only 60 days old.
Right.
So, which is awesome, and which is why I tell people, hey, I'm the person you want to work with, because if you just do what I've done, you will get everywhere you need to go.
Right.
Okay. But the second portion, when I was talking to people, they was like, listen, I got all of this stuff, but I don't know what to do next. So I turned that into a coaching opportunity. So I have a 90-day strong start coaching program. So my first cohort actually starts on Tuesday, March 1st. And I will coach with you for 3 months or 13 weeks, whichever makes sense for you to process. But I will coach with you topic by topic. It's a combination of group coaching and individualized coaching. So on Tuesdays, we will coach in a group setting. I do it via a Facebook group. That way, if you're not available when I record, you can still be able to go back and reference it, watch the video, add comments, whatever you need. And then to keep up with the name 48-hour LLC, afterwards, you will have Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday for us to set a time to have individual coaching. Like I can tell you now, the first step is finishing with the end goal in mind. So goal setting. The first session on Tuesday we'll be talking about is goal setting. What is your 90-day goal? So now that you've enrolled in this class, we're working together for 90 days. What do you want to have your end goal look like in 90 days? That way, it's accountability within the group, it's accountability with me, and we know what you are working towards. So now I could give you exactly what you need to be successful. So, now we talked about that in the group. I'm giving you tools and tips of how to set your goals. What are some areas? If it's a financial goal, if it's, milestones, we're talking about that. Then, Kayla, when we get into our personal coaching session, it's like, okay, so tell me about your goals. What questions do you have based on what was talked about in the group? Okay, here is your specific homework until we get to next week. And then next week's topic will build upon each other. So by the time you finish, whether it's a financial goal, whether it's a milestone goal, maybe it's a combination of the two, you would have accomplished so many different things. And I'm putting it in such a way that when your next 90 days come, you can literally start the process over and do it over and over and over again. It may not take you 90 days next time, or you may be able to accomplish way more things in 90 days. But that is the goal, is to make sure that business owners who are kind of out here fumbling around and trying to figure out stuff, they don't have to fumble as much. And then last but not least, of course, on Facebook and different other things, I offer free courses, but I have some people who's hands-on, like, listen, I don't want you to just start my business. Can you walk me through what you did? I actually offer a 1-day course.
Okay.
Starts at 9, ends at 3. I will literally step by step in a classroom setting, walk you through. Okay, now log on to the irs.gov. We're going to, because have you ever, I had an assistant who wanted to start her business, and she was like, I paid $300 for my tax ID. I said, excuse me, what did you do?
Right.
And it was because she went on a website. It was somewhat misleading. You know, if you go on these websites like Google, the first thing you see is ads. So you got to scroll down a little. If you don't know that, you're just seeing tax ID. That's what I want. You call yourself being driven in the moment. So you're like, I'm going to do it. Oh, this don't sound right, but I said I was going to do it. Now you $300 lost for no reason. So I have people in my space who's like, listen, I really want you, because I have other things and other dreams and other businesses I want to start. I really want you to walk me through what to do. So a 1-day course. And what's great about the 1-day course is you start off with nothing.
Right.
When you walk away, you will have a folder printed out with the logo that you created, because I'm going to walk you through how to create your logo. You're going to put it on the top of your folder. It's going to have your documentation. And I know here in Ohio, I have a partnership with a bank. They'll come in, provide us lunch, and open your bank account. So you're walking away in this 1-day course with a brand new business and a business banking account ready to go. So I really am working to empower those who have visions to be able to get things in order properly, but educate them along the way so that it is not something that they won't be able to retain for any other future visions that they may have.
Got you, Miss Rosa. So how can people get your services?
Okay, so we got, multiple ways. Definitely the website. So 48hour. So 4 and 8 hyphen hour, spelled out HOUR, LLC.com. Feel free to go on there. Or if you're a social media head like most of us, go on Facebook, on my Facebook page, 48hour LLC. You can see where it says book with me. The first step, I tell everyone, schedule a 30-minute free discovery session with me. Even if you do not work with me past there, you're still going to walk away from that conversation with vision, with hope, and what the other 3 key things that I provide, which is creativity, strategy, and efficiency.
Okay. And so now this is for everybody. This is people locally. This is people across the country. This is for anybody.
This is for anybody. Every state will allow me to be able to act as a resident agent. I haven't come across a state that has not, and we will cross that bridge when it happens. I can still work around and tell you the basic tools and steps. There's still several things that we can be able to do and work towards. I may not be able to complete the process, but your pricing will be adjusted accordingly.
Got you. Miss Rosa, so what other projects are you working on?
Okay. I get excited because all of them have a special place in my heart. So, again, like I said, I have 7 kids. I have no favorites. I have 7 favorites. I don't have any one favorite.
Now, parents say that all the time, but I can tell you, my mama got a favorite.
I can't have a favorite. They're all different. They're all so different. I can't have a favorite. We have this one that is very creative. We have this one who's very athletic. We have this one who is very strategic. We have this one who world event. All of them bring so many different things to the table. It literally is comparing apples, oranges, grapes, cherries, bananas. There's no way.
Got you.
I got a fruit salad over here.
Oh.
I got all these different things and I love them all. So no, I truly do not have a favorite. And now they'll fight over that and they'll say, I'll, same thing like you. Like
Yep.
she said she ain't got a favorite, but I'm her favorite. And I'm like,
Whatever.
nah, you're not. But I am in direct sales. I've been in direct sales with a cosmetic company for about 15 years. I've had an opportunity to do some great and amazing things with that business, and I'm still in that business. I have had an opportunity. I always try to, because direct sales is a little different. They don't necessarily always like their names out there, but just know that I've had the privilege of earning 2 career vehicles with the company and working on my 3rd one. So super excited. I know, right? And I love that business because the same thing, I'm enriching women's lives. I'm helping them to feel and to look good. And I'm helping them to be able to gain confidence. If you can't look in the mirror at yourself,
right?
If you can't have self-love, you can't say you love God. If you can't say that you love God, how can you love yourself, right? Because you're made in his image. So, those are the things that I try to tell, even in our sessions. I try to remind women that, hey, you can't possibly confess to love God the way you say if you don't love yourself. And you can't equally say you love yourself without loving God. So that's my thing there. Fast forward, I'm like, okay, I'm in this business, but I know there's still more to me. I love fashion. I love vibrant colors and mixed prints. So then I started what's called the Green Rose Experience. So I'm a thriftologist. What that means is that I thrift all over the world. And Detroit, by the way, is one of my favorite places to thrift. I love vintage clothes, and all my favorite vintage pieces come out of Detroit. So I love it. I love it. I love it. And there it was trying to help people, now that you have your image, your outer body taken care of, you're like, okay, what am I going to wear now? And then, with times changing, with money fluctuating, with illnesses and things going on, resources are low. So I try to teach people, hey, there is a plethora of beautiful clothes that are out there. And here's a way for you to try a new style, to try a new look, and it not cost $1 million. So I have a live Facebook show that I do twice a week on Mondays and Thursdays at 7:00. So literally I take a mannequin, show you how to be able to mix it and wear it. You get a chance to buy it live and in person. It is awesome. And then I have some other styling services that go along with there. That's been going on since 2017. I'm going on my 3rd season of the Fashion Kickback Show. That's the name of the show. But I still wasn't doing enough, I felt, to serve people. I wasn't doing enough. Like that serves it. What if people are okay with how they dress? What if they're okay with how they look?
Right.
So, in getting married, you when you get married, you try to have the same goals and aspirations, but then there's some independency. I think one of the things that I brought to my marriage was my entrepreneur spirit. Okay. So, just in passing, I was talking to my husband and he was like, you know what? I had a business idea once. I said, tell me about it. He was like, yeah, when I get dressed, he dresses probably better than me. And I know I dress well. Okay, so it's like a competition. We look at each other when we get dressed like, okay, if he wearing that, let me put this on. Okay, so he was just sitting in passing and he's like, there's not enough clothes that represents me, the Black male, for me to wear in a casual setting. It's a whole bunch of hip hop clothes. But he is a loafer polo guy. There's not a lot of loafer polo option. So we created Blackfist movement so that you can be able to literally raise a fist. So in the place of the beloved and coveted horse, there is a fist on our chest, in our polos and our sweatsuits. We're working with a manufacturer now to actually have, button down shirts and to have slacks that have the fist on it. That way the African American male or female does not have to represent anyone else other than themselves when they're getting dressed. So
the Blackfist movement.
Yep, Blackfist Movement. If you search for us online at blackfistapparel.com, so you can see our clothes and hear our mission. And that actually was a 48-hour LLC company, meaning I got it done in 48 hours. By the time he finished talking, I had finished his logo. I registered it. I was like, here, honey. He was like, what? He was like, my new business. He was like, what new business?
There you go.
I'm like, you was just telling me about this business idea you had. He was like, yeah, but it's not a business. It is. Look. And Green Rose Experience, same thing, 48 hours. So I've been building businesses forever. So again, I'm like, okay, he's got his thing. He loves it. He's rocking and rolling with it. I got my thing. I'm helping a section of people. I'm still not doing enough. So at the end of last year, literally 48 hours before the year ended, I said, you know what? What is something I have done, tried and true, all my life? I have helped small business owners grow. My first job out of high school, I worked with a local newspaper and I helped them to grow their distribution and their ad support over the course of 4 years. I went from there to an IT firm where they only had 7 employees. When I left, they had 50 employees here in the United States and 50 in India. I helped them to do that. I wrote the employee manual to that company. Moving on, I went to a couple other places. I went to a credit union and I managed a credit union. While I was there, I helped to grow the number of households that. So I have been helping small business owner in one capacity or another my entire career. And I finally said, that's it. That's what I do without even thinking. That is who my natural audience is. I need to create something to give back specifically to them. So 48 hours later, 48-hour LLC, I started marketing. I've been on a number of podcasts. I've really been praying and hoping. Well, no, that's not true. I've been praying and working. I have not been hoping because hoping doesn't do anything. I've been praying and working to make sure that I am in front of the right audiences, that I am allowing my God-given talent to make room for me. And I am excited about the inspiration I'm providing people. I'm trying to actively make sure that everyone knows that God is my source. And even if you do not believe in him, that does not mean he is not working through me to serve you. So that is everything I can think of. And I'm sure there's other projects under my sleeve, in my bag, in my purse.
But that's definitely that's enough. That's amazing. One more time, Miss Rosa, how can people get in touch with you as far as 48-hour LLC?
48-hour LLC. So 48-hour LLC.com. And what's great, a good marketing person makes sure that you have links to everything. So any of my web pages, you can get to the other businesses on the other web pages. So you don't have to take them all down. Just make sure you go ahead and spend some time on those web pages, but you will see links to all of my other businesses on there. Or feel free to follow me on social media. I don't mind. My page is public. Why? Because you shouldn't do anything that should be private anyhow, or at least post about it.
Right. Or at least post about it. All right.
Right. So go ahead, find me on social media. But yes, it is something that I love to do. I love serving my community. I love living on purpose, and I love working in my gifts.
Are you coming to say something? Yeah.
Hello, co-host. What's going on, co-host? How you doing?
Good. How you doing?
I'm fabulous. I'm fabulous.
I want to propose something to you because I like what you're saying.
Okay. You do know I'm going to be in Detroit this weekend, right?
Oh, well, let's meet then.
She is.
Yeah, I apologize. I was supposed to be there today, but again, with this ice storm that we got, it threw my schedule off on today. But I'm actually a keynote speaker for a women's event that is going on there in Taylor, Michigan on Sunday. So I will be there probably tomorrow and there to support the young ladies on the panel. So yes,
can you give us a call when you get here?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, absolutely. We'll talk then. Because I'm gonna try to make it your event.
Okay, that's going to be awesome. Yes, I'll make sure that you have the information. But yep, I will be in town sometime tomorrow, and I will be there through Sunday. Absolutely.
Okay, I'm looking forward to meeting you.
You as well.
Great interview. Great interview.
Thank you.
Well, Miss Rosa, we're going to talk to you tomorrow. It's
Yes.
a pleasure with having you on our show today.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's figure out where we can catch dinner at. I'll let y'all pick. Tell me where we should be in town. I say no later than 3. No later than 3.
Okay. Then 3 tomorrow. Okay.
Yep. So we can literally come straight to you if you want. So just pick a place. Let's figure it out. And I will see you tomorrow.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
You're welcome. You all have a great rest of the day.
You too.
Thank you. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye. Yeah.